Jaguar.
Look at that.
Jiggy Jaguar. Jiggy Jaguar.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Jiggy Jaguar. Jiggy Jaguar.
You are the motherfucking Antichrist!
Jiggy Jaguar.
Well, at some point I might just stick an on it.
Jiggy Jaguar. Jiggy Jaguar. Jiggy Jaguar. Finally something for the radio audience. Jiggy Jaguar. Jiggy Jaguar.
Daisy Bouquet.
I've said it many times. My greatest inspiration comes from
Blueberry muffins!
Jiggy Jaguar.
You get 2 boxes. Guaranteed 2 boxes.
Jiggy Jaguar.
Motherfuckers, crank it. Jiggy Jaguar. Podcasting from www.jiggyjaguar.com.
1-866-763-1242.
Kablooey!
Jiggy Jaguar at jiggyjaguar.com.
You're a dick.
Damn, Earth Moon.
Jiggy Jaguar at jiggyjaguar.com.
That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage.
Effing a-hole. 1-866-763-1242.
Want the chance to win up to $5,000? Let us know. You know, people love
Jack
money.
Radios,
That's
Jack.
why they call it money.
www.jiggyjaguar.com.
Hey, Sarah, how are you doing? If I give you my my Skype thing, can you call us in on Skype?
Motherfucker piece of shit.
Okay, it's Ross Long 1, the number 1.
No good son of a bitch. But not only
Yes, indeed.
wrong piece of shit.
Okay, we'll talk to you here in just a second. Appreciate it.
Jiggy Jaguar.
Wow, oh wow, oh wow, I love this. It's the world famous Jiggy Jaguar show, www.jiggyjaguar.com. I'm Jigman Freud, the Rush Limbaugh of Internet Talk Radio today, the cunning linguist, the master of manipulation. Wait, actually the master, but I don't know. It doesn't even matter anymore. And we've got the rabble-rousing ringleader, Ross Long, in the building today. Back from sabbatical, back from vacation, back from... I'm just going to stop the music. Back from parts unknown, visiting the Ultimate Warrior, Ross Long.
Ultimate
Warrior! He lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and I said you were in Phoenix. We've got Sarah Cunningham on Skype here in moments. We also have the world-famous Trampolina from the Kinsey 6. Yes, that Trampolina and that Kinsey 6 on this broadcast today to promote the big show at the Stiefel Theater next Saturday. Also, we're going to be talking about we're going to be talking to a midget porn star, and I have tried all week to get the Squirrel Gang and Jay from Junction City to make an appearance today, and I get no texts back, I get no phone calls back, I get no response. But I do get all these text messages from Super Dave talking about how I need to come to Club Jaconi, and it's BYOB, and they are open till 4. So
we stay open till 4.
I'm trying to provide a service here for our rappers. Also today, a documentary filmmaker from the great city of Wichita, Kansas will be with us, and we will be talking to the legendary Chris Barnett in studio. He will be here. And we're also
He said that for the last 3 or 4 weeks, hasn't he?
Yes. And yes, you're right.
Who is this lady that we have on Skype?
She
She
is
needs
Sarah.
to turn on her video.
You need to send her a little message thing or whatever the hell it is.
I don't know how to do that.
We also have Tornado Alley Tour today. Zigzag, MB Ridas, Sims Carter, and the big show this Thursday, August 26th at McGraw's in the great city of Salt City of Hutchinson, Kansas. Yes, indeed. $10 for the ladies, $15 for the guys. Information, call them at 620-290-8001. It's brought to you by our good friends at afreshentertainmentmagazine.com, kjagradio.com, and our good friends over there at Soldier TV, along with Hastings, Budweiser, and a bunch of other people who didn't give me checks, so I won't be talking about them today. Sarah Cunningham will be joining us here in just moments. Here on the world-famous Jiggy Jag Show, we are going to try to get Sarah's issues figured out, and we're gonna take a quick little ditty, and when we come back, we will get it going with Sarah,
and then we'll have our news report.
We have some news today.
This is KJAG News and Entertainment Radio.
Jiggy Jaguar. The Jiggy Jaguar Radio Network.
Homo says what?
Jiggy Jaguar.
Douchebag.
www.jiggyjaguar.com.
What are you insane?
Jiggy Jaguar.
God damn.
Jiggy Jaguar. The Jiggy Jaguar Radio Network.
Chubby.
Jiggy Jaguar.
Dickhead.
Jiggy Jaguar.
Homo says what? Biatch.
www.jiggyjaguar.com.
Can't do this. Can't do this.
What are you insane?
Jiggy Jaguar.
Chubby.
Back here on the world-famous Jiggy Jag Show at www.jiggyjaguar.com, we are trying to get things figured out with Sarah Cunningham, who will be joining us here in just a few moments. We are getting her ready to go on Skype. Sarah Cunningham, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is got a brand new book out. It's called Dandelions, A Search for Eden Among Life Weeds, and her website is sarahcunningham.org. We're going to be speaking with Sarah in just a few moments. Also, check us out on Facebook. It's just type in Jiggy Jaguar, you can find me. We also have several other things coming up this week. I also want to thank everybody for joining us at kjagradio.com today, SRN, the Spirit of South York at 148.ca. And remember, the podcast is always available each and every Sunday, jiggyjaguar.podomatic.com. And Sarah Cunningham is in the process of getting Skype set up, so we are going to get to her here in just a minute. Sports Radio 101, The Puck, by the way, joining us today on the worldwide Jiggy Jaguar Radio Network. Rangerplex, Alternative Webcasting Networks, our good friends at WebstreamRadio.com, SRN, the Spirit of South York at 148.ca, USWebTalkRadio.com, as well as AmigoFish.com for a complete list of podcast sites and Jiggy Jaguar sites. Check out JiggyJaguar.com. And
Sarah is on.
Sarah is on the
Say something, Sarah.
the Skype.
We're going to put you on. Aha, there she is.
Sarah, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good, actually. If you want to see Sarah, and you want to see Ross, and you want to see myself, go to JiggyJaguar.com or go to livestream.com/JiggyJaguar. And also, we want to talk about Sarah Cunningham's brand new book, Dandelions, A Search for Eden Among Life's Weeds. And her website is sarahcunningham.org. Sarah, how you doing today?
I'm great.
Now, tell us about this book. How did this thing come to pass? And give me a little information on it.
Sure. It's a memoir. It's a collection of stories that are connected to the theme of change. And
We lost you there, Sarah.
No, keep talking, Sarah. We got you. We've got technical issues on our end.
Okay. So, September 11th, it ties pretty closely into that. Part 4 is devoted to telling my account of leading a disaster relief trip to Ground Zero after the 9/11 attacks. And of course, that was kind of a landmark shift for my generation, so it ties right into that theme of change pretty naturally.
Now, Sarah, you have a fabulous website, sarahcunningham.org. Tell us a little bit about what people can expect over there at the big website.
You know, one of the things I write about is I call it being the chief servant to the emperor, and that's my 15-month-old son. He really makes the demands around my house, and I'm basically living in service to him. So a lot of the posts have to do with just funny things that happen in the course of parenting. Some of them talk about different occurrences that happen as I teach at an at-risk high school here in Jackson, which is the home of the state prison. And then a few of them are just various leadership, cultural, influential kinds of pieces.
Now, Sarah is with us today. Sarah Cunningham is got an interesting story. She earned a degree in urban studies. She convinced West Winds Community Church to create a new position for her, Director of Outreach. It kind of sounded better than overzealous social activist on the business cards. Sarah is married. She has a husband. She has all sorts of different things going on. She's got a master's in educational leadership, which unfortunately resulted in no additional respect for her maniac Jack Russell Terrier Wrigley. Tell us about this Jack Russell Terrier of yours.
He's actually a Jack Russell and a Brittany Spaniel mix, which is a terrible mix. I don't ever recommend it to anyone. He was like the most passive and peaceful dog as a puppy, and then like somewhere along the line he became a monster, and he spends most of his time like running consecutive circles around our house and wearing a groove into the ground. So that's his life.
Now, you have a very interesting story. I've got the press work here on it, but go ahead and tell us tell us your background here. You have a very interesting background.
I was raised as a pastor's kid, which of course has its own whole set of distinctive features to it, I guess. And then when I was in college, I had an urban studies minor, so I spent 2 semesters living on the south side of Chicago in a homeless shelter, as well as studying in quite a few other metropolitan areas. And then I led this disaster relief trip after Ground Zero, after the September 11th attacks. And then, the rest of my life kind of plays out in these books and in teaching at this at-risk school in inner city Jackson.
Now, let's talk about this Obama situation with Obama backing the Ground Zero mosque. He cites religious freedom above the 9/11 heartache. Where do you come down on this, Sarah?
I understand his position. I had mixed reactions myself, as I'm sure a lot of other listeners did. Initially, I was resistant to the idea. I felt very protective of the people, the families of the victims that I had met in New York City. And then I also felt some spiritual tension because I'm an author in the Christian faith, and that runs counter to Muslim teachings, and so it would not be my first preference to have it there either. But at the end of the day, I remind myself I'm also a high school teacher, and I teach my students we live in a democratic republic, that the freedom of religion is guaranteed in the Bill of Rights. And I just try to say to them, but just because we have freedoms doesn't always mean that we have to exercise every single one of them. And in this case, I wish that the Muslim community would perhaps just wisely step back and say, even though we have the legal right to do this, it doesn't necessarily mean that it would be beneficial for New York City, and perhaps choose not to.
Now, Sarah can be reached on the internet, sarahcunningham.org. She has a ton of information over there. She's joining us today to talk about this mosque that's been approved. There's some heated debate down there in New York City, and you worked as a part of the disaster relief at Ground Zero. Tell us about that.
I was 23 years old on September 11th, and I was very idealistic, save the world mentality, very stereotypical 20-something. And like a lot of people, I'm watching the news, and you see that first
plane hit, and initially it doesn't impact you. You're not sure, how grave this event is going to be. And then as it continues to unfold throughout the day, I just had this throbbing impulse in me, in my heart, like a lot of other people did, I'm sure, thinking, what can I do to help? And so my fiance, now my husband, and I, we recruited 45 professionals from our community. We got them some specialized trauma training from the university's psychology department, and then we got on a bus and we went down to serve as a support system at the base of the towers, working with the rescue personnel who were digging through the rubble.
Do you feel that work was effective, what you did when you were down there? I mean, that must have been almost a traumatic thing just for you to witness all that. Sure, go ahead.
It was like being on the scene of a disaster movie. It really was. I felt like I was watching the big screen, but it was sickeningly real. And there's a building in shambles right in front of you, and not just any building, but an enormous building. People's lives had already been lost at that point. More lives were hanging in the balance, and then you have every emergency personnel you could possibly think of there. You have FEMA and the military police and New York Police Department, and everyone's just scrambling around, trying to organize, trying to make the effort go as well as possible.
And now, Sarah Cunningham today joining us on the big broadcast, talking about the Ground Zero still rumbling. You can check out Sarah Cunningham on the internet at sarahcunningham.org. Pick up a brand new book, which is Picking Dandelions, A Search for Eden Among Life's Weeds. Ross, I guess, what is your opinion? And I'm sure that we all share kind of the same opinion on this, but this mosque situation down there at Ground Zero.
Okay, my take on this. Boy, this is kind of a tough one. We have freedom of religion, and yet, boy, we still got a lot of raw nerves 9 years later on this. I really, really wish Obama would not have taken a side on it. Now we got real problems. I mean, this should have been a more local effort from those in New York, but now it's become a national issue. So maybe we need to talk about it. Maybe we need to talk about it. I will just predict that it probably will not be built. Or if it is built, perhaps I just don't know what to think. I don't. It's just horrifying to think what kind of violence or whatever could come from this. Do you have a take on it, Sarah? I mean, I know I'm not kind of non-committal as to if I want it or not want it, but... I
think that's fair, though. In fact, maybe even wise. There's still some information yet to come out as the media and government investigate the situation and the funding and all of that, that maybe we need to keep a middle ground right now to stay balanced. But in the end, if they do go forward, I think the thing that I find important is how we as Americans and me and other Christian people of faith respond to this. Do we use it as an opportunity to pump more volatile attitudes back into the community and continue to inflame it and make it more violent? Or do we find a way to express our beliefs and our convictions in a way that's peaceable and that hopefully adds to the healing that needs to happen?
Okay, another non-committal take. How about you, Jiggy?
Another non-committal take.
Build it or tear it down? What?
Buddy Jewel, I asked him this question last night out at the W in Hutchinson when he was in town for a big show, and Buddy is a country music artist. He's had back-to-back #1 hits. The guy has a couple good tunes out there about the immigration situation and some other things, and I asked him the question. He answered the question with a question. He said, if someone were to have killed your loved ones or your parents and then decided to build a statue right near or on top of the gravesite, would you let that happen? So, and I said, no, I wouldn't let it happen. And he goes, well, that's my take.
I'm not exactly sure that the community center is going to be the direct equivalent of a statue tribute, but I understand his point.
Yeah,
And
that's the thing.
I don't know if you guys have seen it. Have you seen the story about Terry Jones, the pastor of Jaguar Outreach Center in Florida?
No, haven't got a chance to see that.
He's this guy who's a pastor, and he's staging a Koran burning for September 11th of this year as a protest. And that's exactly the kind of thing that is making me cringe as a person of faith and saying, I think we should also exercise our right to common sense in situations like this, and that's a right we don't always talk about.
Well, Ross, you got anything to...
Well, a third non-committal, you've had the most committal of it all, but I can't help but say I don't like it. I don't like the idea of this happening, and I cringe at that we should even be have to have a discussion about this, and kind of wish they'd just move it to a couple blocks away. Maybe they could find a donor or something to help them do that. I don't know. You know, just another quarter mile away would probably work like 10,000 miles. So just that proximity really puts a raw nerve. My raw nerve on this, on the whole thing with 9/11 and, you know, the memorial, the new building, where is it? When are they going to start on it? Why haven't they started on it? We could have had it totally built by now. And, you know, what's going on with that? You know, I'm sure there'll be all sorts of memorials and memorial parks around it and all sort of... where is that? Why isn't anybody as incensed as I am as to when that's going to happen? You know, we shouldn't be waiting 9 years later and still have brown not broken on it. But as for buildings and so forth in New York City, that's kind of my take on it.
Well, there it is.
All right.
Sarah Cunningham's website is sarahcunningham.org. Sarah, before we let you go, tell us about some of the upcoming projects you're going to be involved in.
One of the things I'm looking forward to is the Story Conference in Chicago next month, the end of September. It's for people who consider themselves creatives, so broadcasters like yourselves, authors like me, artists of all kinds. They're kind of converging on Chicago for a really neat event that's called Stories Chicago. It's at storieschicago.com.
Well, Sarah, I appreciate you making some time for us today. Thanks for calling in via Skype, and I appreciate you helping us test out the new technology and become one of our first Skype guests. And it went exceptional, my friend, and I appreciate your time.
Little hit and miss on the audio, and somebody will help me out with that. But we heard each other, and people heard you, and that's what's important.
Exactly. Well, Sarah, come back anytime, and I appreciate it. And check out sarahcunningham.org. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, see ya.
Take care. We'll see ya.
Have yourself a good Sunday. Sarah Cunningham on the world-famous Jiggy Jag show over there at www.jiggyjag.com. And you can pick up Sarah's brand-new book. It is available everywhere. And check out sarahcunningham.org for more information on that. She's got a wealth of background in this, people, and when we get back here on the world-famous... Well, I shouldn't say when we get back. Coming up today on the world-famous Jiggy Jag show, we have, first of all, well... I have my 2 tickets to paradise. We won't talk about that today.
2 tickets to paradise.
we have the lady in red herself, A Fresh Ann with an E, Ann of Green Hay Bales, in the building. We will probably stick her on the air. I'll force her to talk here in a minute.
Have you ever got from her, why do you call me that?
No, I've never heard that. And that's a terrible impression of Ann, but she's not saying anything. She's not coming out and yelling and screaming.
We love Ann. There's no way to piss her off.
There she is. There's no way to piss off Ann. It's just not possible. Well, we've got some interesting things coming up today. We have the legendary Chris Barnett supposedly will be in the building. He has promised me he will be here. I don't
It hasn't happened yet.
Necessarily believe that it will happen. We have a documentary filmmaker from the great city of Wichita, Kansas, coming in today to talk about some projects that he's involved with and upcoming things of that nature. We have also today a Ross the Boss, the rebel-rousing ringleader, is going to lament, I guess, on some...
I will lament on my burdens. Lament
That's it.
On my burdens.
Look it up, people. And Trampolina of the Kinsey Six, who will be performing in the great city of Salina next Saturday at the Stiefel Theater, the world-famous, beautiful downtown Stiefel Theater. Will be here to talk with
these beautiful people.
We will talk to Trampolina.
She's a big curve magnet. Well, maybe
last year they members of Zavaja said they gave the one in the blue my phone number, and she called me. And so we'll talk to Trampolina today. We'll also talk to Stella, the midget porn star, on Skype today. And I also believe we're going to be having some, I'm hoping that we'll have members of the Tornado Alley Tour call us today. Zigzag, Sims Carter, MB Writers, and some of the people helping them out. That show kicks off Thursday, August 26th at McGraw's in the great salt city of Hutchinson, Kansas. Yes, going back to the home base of Hutchinson. Hopefully all my friends come out and say hi. And we all know who they are, and they all know who I am, so we're not even going to get into the names here. When we get back, check out JiggyJaguar.com. Vote in the poll.
I think we have a solution to our Skype. Somebody on our chat room, they're helping us. They say
somebody in our chat room.
The chick needs to wear headphones. That'll cure the audio. So
we have a chat room at JiggyJaguar.com. Go over there and chat in our chat room.
Yes, incredible. Whomever you are, midget porn stars. This is going to be cool. They're not going to give us a sampling, but we'll just interview them like everybody else, and we'll ask them, why there no girls in the band?
Why there no girls in the band? What are you doing? Why are you here? I warned her before she added you to Skype. I said, make sure that you preference something and say that you are Stella the midget porn star or something, because he will immediately go, who are you?
Yeah,
why are you calling me?
That's the way I answer the phone. Who is this? What do you want? What?
I'm hoping at some point we can have the Boogeyman himself join us maybe today on the radio show, maybe on the phone or something.
The Boogeyman?
The Boogeyman himself. Marcia Stevenson's Boogeyman, blah, 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 blah. We'll talk about our friends at Access TV later today as well. You guys got a big thing coming up. I think it's Thursday?
Thursday at 5 to 7. One of the few things that they ever post on their
website they don't know how to use.
Yeah, but they went to a Drupal.
Website's done it. Drupal.
They went to a Drupal conference about a year ago, and I guess they still hired JoJo to do their stuff. Okay, all right.
When we get back here on the world famous Jiggy Jag show, we have all of that plus more. We also, I forgot. Damn it! We've got Hop Spin from California calling us, and we're going to be talking to Tim Huell's camp today. Oh my God! If you're not here, you're an idiot. When we get back, we've got more here on the world famous Jiggy Jag show.
Loud and proud, it's Jiggy Jaguar from JiggyJaguar.com. Catch Jiggy on MySpace.com/JiggyJaguar. Email kjagradio@kjagradio.com.
Domain names from GoDaddy.com are up to 70% off, less than the competition. Plus, each domain includes free hosting with a website builder, a free blog, complete email, and much more. Plus, enter code POD88 when you check out and save an additional 10% on your order. Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
Sometimes where you are is not as important as